Hugo, take it away.
Oh, thank you so much, Tracy. I'm really excited. I'm also a little bit nervous, Hugo. It's been one of the longer breaks that we've got to have, but we've got one hell of a treat to kickstart this. It's a little bit of Vitality taking on NiP. And already I'm noticing that Vitality have got a lot of bodies back in CT Sport. Now, you might be looking at this panicking, going, oh, is that a tech thing? No, mate, this is looking like it was by design. Listening for any footsteps, listening for any noise, and now they start to group back up over here with 4 on the A site. Hugo, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. No time for pleasantries. We're right into the action with a one-man B hold. It's already gone, and with that, the site lost. NiP, run wild. Vitality, I like that float play, right? Just trying to play off the first contact, but NiP, they took their time to execute into the B bomb site, and now the kills all coming to them. CT's chasing through ruins, S-Tag with a trade, Banana getting retaken, but NiP give it up and look to bring the fight back through Spawn.
Yeah, they're rushing Apex down now. He's trying to play with them. He's trying to isolate these two little fights while he's got them, but nothing getting found. Leaves it all onto Masuta. Up through Banana, time ticking away. And it is starting to turn against him in a very big way, just buying time at the back of the site as Device, and he's going to nail the shot. So there's NiP picking up the pistol here to kickstart Inferno.
A Danish domination on the side of NiP to take that pistol round 2 from the couple of Danes we've got in this roster. And it's an exciting time, Harry. This matchup, I mean, as said by the analysts, pretty hard one to predict, pretty hard one to call. Both teams in decent form, Vitality hot off the press of success. And, you know, both these teams eliminated in quarters back in the major, but also to finalists, you've got to keep that in mind. So I think they have a lot more to prove right at the end of the year. And what better way to go out with a bang than to take a trophy at IEM Winter. NiP, strong start, but the force is immediately in. Vitality don't wait around.
Ooh, I like this, right? No waiting around today. We're getting a Vitality that are looking to push the envelope, right? They've come in with this force buy. They're getting stuck in with a bit of mid-aggression. And it's netted in this early opener, and now Masuta's even had this idea of like immediately up and leaving this A side of the map, going to reinforce B. And so this is where, you know, you might look to someone like a Device as he's going back into middle, whether he's going to just try and sell the illusion that actually we are looking back towards A, or if he was going to look for another avenue, but ultimately he's just come back up through Banana to try and set them up for this B play. We do see Masuta taking a moment of pause, right? Having a bit of doubt as to whether or not this triple stack over towards B was the right decision. And so he's going to be playing Speedway for that fast rotation between the sides.
Yeah, not convinced by a long wrap. No lurkers in play. With NiP only having 4 up, they want to keep their bodies together and trade their way into the site. Flash goes high. Rez looking to entry right now. The smoke is going to be a bit weird, and ZywOo's Deagle blinded. Doesn't stop him. Masuta, a man gets past, but he swings back through the smoke and gets the kill. Plopski does find an entry finally, but at what cost? You're in a 2-on-4 right now. NiP can't even think about the bomb plant, and more members of Vitality are moving in for the killing blow. ZywOo yet to be cleared, and no Molotov to do it. NiP have to close the gap.
Yeah, they've got to do it the old-fashioned way, mate. You've got to run him down, and Masuta, oh, shocks, he won't let them in. The FAMASes, the French weapons, fire off and are able to steal Vitality that round away. So things get a lot more interesting now with the force panning out in favor of Vitality. What's the response going to be out of NiP?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have to buy back in, right? You're doing little force buy wars, you're trading rounds, but it's certainly going to favor Vitality picking up that second over the first. And NiP, not much they can do, but just force up Armor D, Tech 9s, go for a faster approach. Got some Deagles in. Not really any utility to worry about, but Device's Deagle does do something. Right down the middle, Apex's head is gone. And NiP are going to take that space, move into middle. As a unit, Vitality been very mobile on the CT side already. Going to pull a third player towards A. Masuta cleans out Banana. That should keep ZywOo on this A site, especially with Shox getting the contact. He smokes off long, beckons them to go up the short side where Kyojin is lobbing utility. No significant damage though. Device has taken that scout, but only for a moment.
Okay.
Shox finds him through the smoke.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly from Shoxy. All right, lad. He's called for a bit of a rotation as well, right? ZywOo's made his way around. Kyojin spotting these players over at short. And NiP, not where they want to be. This force buy ain't looking so fruitful for them. Shox is still taking liberties on the long side, just trying to keep them pincered in. They've got them stuck here. And Shox will get traded after one, but that's where ZywOo is meant to be able to hold the line. And he'll do exactly that. Takes one to the grave with him. S-Tag all alone, 1-on-3, FAMAS in hand. And they're all around him.
Maybe.
Could have started with Masuta, but instead, not meant to be. It is Vitality finding themselves that second.
Yeah, Masuta saving the day right now. A couple of rounds, right? Not just getting that Famas off in the second, but, you know, as you said, if that kill comes through for S-Tag and he has the open B bomb site, there's a plant, there's a doable 1-on-2 in that position. Not today, though. Not going to be had by NiP. Great opening kill coming through for Device, but that is really where that round will start and finish. Now it's got to be the full eek. Just Glocks, P250 on Deve, and Vitality's chance to loosen up.
Yeah, I'm curious, you know, for this NiP squad. Oh. All right, happens, mate. Yeah, you know, yeah. Luckily enough, it's just a Glock round, so you're not too worried. What I was going to say is, I'm interested about this NiP squad. I think, you know, when you look at someone like S-Tag, rightfully so, there's going to be a fair bit of attention put on him. I think it was after Blaster, NiP came out and said, yeah, you know, when we get into those hectic situations, the comms can get a little bit muddled, and S-Tag can struggle keeping up with us and keeping everything concise. So, you know, I think there's going to be a decent bit of attention put on the guy to see not only how the comms are going, but also how he's slotting in individually. Because, you know, I mean, we've only had that one look at S-Tag in this squad so far, and it wasn't, you know, much like his kind of Astralis debut back in the day where he came in looking real hot out of the gate. Instead, it's been a bit more of a trial and tribulation so far.
Yeah, that language thing's definitely apparent, right? While we see Swedes and Danes, you know, there's some similarities. Even Nato Safigs put a tweet out recently about how when he played with Freiburg in Heroic, you know, there were similar issues like that in those hectic moments. And yeah, Counter-Strike communication is key. You've got to be quick, you've got to be clean with how you present your data. 3-1, but this is a little bonus round for Vitality. Despite that, the grenades have done all the work in this round to begin. Look at NiP. They are bruised a little bit. That's going to soften them up for these rifles. Masuta waiting on contact. Flash is good, though he drops off. They know. They saw him go down, and the second flash almost saves him, but almost won't cut it. Hampus blinded with the entry. NiP gets smoked off, but that's fine. It gives them a chance to relax. A 5-on-4, bleed out a little bit more utility that Vitality have done a good job of holding on to for the moment. NiP are going to double back. Vitality haven't swayed in their defense. Still 3 on A. It's NiP going into the stack.
Yeah, and you know, this is maybe feeling like Vitality, you know, trying to have that read, because thus far, you know, you think about how these rotations have been on guys like Masuta, for example, he's often been very, very keen to rotate at the slightest sign of trouble. So they maintain this 3-man A-hold. They have a good idea of what NiP might be planning. And ZywOo is actually going to throw his own smoke in Moto, now trying to play around this. He's gotten himself into the cubby, and this is by design. This gives him a nice little angle to try and shut this down from ZywOo. How does he connect that second shot? Device trying to deal with Kyojin, but time's running out. Time's a problem, and Kyojin's going to lock it in with 3. That is a wonderful round out of ZywOo and Kyojin to find a 4th of Vitality. And that smoke is a thing of beauty out of ZywOo.
Yeah, it kind of throws one of his teammates to the wolves.
Yeah,
right?
you know. But you win the round, that's
as long as the trades come through, it's okay. I mean, all the eyes are on ZywOo. The second shot on the spray is ridiculous into the head, but Kyojin with 3 from the back of the bomb site. Got to give it to him as well, anchoring down and not letting NiP in. Vitality fully aware of everything NiP are doing right now, and the rounds are showing for it. 4-1, another broke by. No one peeking deep down mid. Don't want to give Device that deagle yet again. Instead, he's Tech9 straight up the top and gone in an instant. Apex keeping that info down, Banana jumping and trying to find some pot shots. Even a boost. Rez, he looked lights out on Nuke earlier on, right? Taking down Astralis. This guy was having an incredible game. And considering, you know, we're referencing Blast again, like, that was not a good tournament for him. He was one of the bottom-rated players. And so it was reassuring to see him now back in Sweden doing better than ever. But can he keep that up in this series? Gone from this round, as the pistols should be, and it's nice and clean for Vitality. 5 alive, going to start to build cash, and now NiP need to get back on that board.
Yeah, you know, obviously a game can't be won in the first 8 rounds of play, but Hugo, how worried are you getting over this 5-1, trailblazing start out of Vitality? I know we haven't really had, like too many like rifle rounds as far as they go for NiP, right? They're going to be coming in with another one now, but you do start to get concerned. It's like, well, it's still recoverable right now, but if you don't stem the bleeding, if you don't deal with it, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to start to slip away from you more and more.
It's a war of attrition, T-side Inferno. You're just looking to get that money broken. Not winning against the bonus round, obviously, is going to leave you in a bit of a rough early spot. We got a one-way.
One-way, all right.
Line up. Shocks over the top. But you see a smoke in there, and you're going to be a little bit worried if you're NiP. I always found an opener, and the legs are removed by Shoxy. Even a tag on the corner. Rez is low as well. This is not the round, not the start that NiP wanted nor needed. Molly is going to trap Masuta here, but ZywOo through the wall.
What?
Right above the head of his teammate. Finds device. This round's done. Forget about it. Rez, 1-on-5, he's good, but not this good.
Yeah, no. Well, so you'd like to think. There he is tapping out the first. However, I get nervous around this this spammable wallmate with ZywOo still donning that AWP over towards the top of Banana. Red's going to go back, try get the bomb. He's got 55 seconds, but time is the only thing he's got, and even that is going to turn against him.
I mean, Kyojin could leave A, right? We got Shocks on this deep angle down alt mid. He's fully cleared it out right now. Vitality know it has to be B at the current point. So ZywOo's here with the AWP. 2 already in the round. Rez looking to creep through the edge of the smoke. He hears Apex reposition, but ZywOo should trade. Even if this kill comes in, he should trade, and he does, keeping the round in the palm of Vitality's hand. Lovely round out of ZywOo. 3 off the AWP, and yeah, it shows up early. That's what you want out of ZywOo. That's what you get.
Yeah, that's quite the way for this little ZywOo device head-to-head to kickstart in this game. Look at it. He nails that first shot onto Hampus. Shocks with the boost as well, but this is the shot we were looking for, right? A little wall bang to device right past Masuta as well.
Can't really do anything about that, can you?
I mean, also, we're only 7 rounds in, and already we're seeing some grimy little smokes out of Vitality. I really do love it. There was the one that ZywOo dropped over at Moto. Now you've got that little one-way couple with the boost over in Boiler. Oh, and even more down towards Banana. It's one of these smokes that lets you take that peek over the top of Car. Apex lines up a double on the back of it, that little Fury smoke. And now, well, NiP walking wounded up through Banana. They've got pistols. They're not really fancying much in this round here.
I think it's really cool that we're in a time at the end of the year now that we have roster changes on the horizon, confirmed and unconfirmed, rumored. We know there are going to be teams moving around, and Vitality are one of them. And when we look at like roster changes upcoming, a lot of teams we could understand if they maybe fell short in a couple of tournaments or didn't show up in a big way. But Vitality, they've gone the other way with that. They've decided, let's go out with a bang. Let's make everyone remember this roster. We've done some incredible things this year, and what a way to close it. In getting a tournament here. Sad to not see them make a run at the major. They got to the quarters, but going up against Na'Vi, you lose to the victors.
So
always hurts.
That's what I was going to say, though, right? Like with Na'Vi not being here, it's like, suddenly,
it's a very open book,
exactly.
Right? Winter is. It's a very open tournament,
and especially with so many teams showing up in a bit of a wounded state, right? Yeah. It really does feel kind of up in the air.
That makes it all the more exciting, though. We're going to get some rancid Counter-Strike, I'm sure. But when is that going to come from NiP? Because right now it's looking stinky. 1 round on this T side, an AWP for device finally, and he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, T-side AWPing never too much fun anyway, but the fact that you're up against the ZywOo who's looking this confident. Oh, all right.
No one knew anything.
Yeah, they neither AWPer knows. But just a little default here out of NiP, right? They've tried their hands at, seizing this fast map control over towards Banana. They've tried to take mid away. Whenever they've, looked to just group early, it's often kind of falling apart. So they're trying to take a bit more of a default here, right? Looking for some maps control, then going to try and take mid. Once you've done that, you've shut a lot of info off for Vitality, right? And that's where you can look to try and force some of these rotates, play some of these mind games. To taking top mid control, that's going to be very important to the NiP squad right now.
Poor Rez, man. He just cleared that. He'd mollied off the corner. He'd taken Banana for free. He gives it up thanks to retake utility, and then just walks dry into a 1v1 that Masuta wins out, who's just kept it up. So B is gone.
Yeah,
Vitality know it.
I think that's a little bit scary as well. It's like, this isn't really a default anymore. It's an alien, right? Like, you've lost that banana control on the back of having res bested in that head-to-head versus Masuta. And so now, you don't know what's happening over towards B. You don't know how aggressive Vitality you've got. It really only leaves you with this A play. And so here they come. Plopski and Hampus will both get open as ZywOo trying to keep Vitality in this round. It's a 3-on-3, and suddenly, NiP, they've made some magic happen here. They've turned this into a winnable spot. But can they get it over the line to find themselves a second round?
The benefit of using all the clock is Vitality just have no utility left for this round. You're going to need those kills to come in, and with a re-smoke at Moto, they've got to go right through their final smoke. Apex leads with it. Double peek, Plopski finds one, and now the short wrap. At a certain point, you might just have to give it up. You've got a bit of money, but not worth it, not realistic. So Vitality, tails between their legs, give up a second round. It's respectable, right? When, you know, you're playing Inferno, when a double entry comes out like that in such quick succession with no trade, there's not a lot you can do on the CT side. They have to accept it. But that's fine. Still with a heavy round lead, NiP on the board, about time for it, and they even saved the orb for Device.
Hey, I mean, in a weird way, I think NiP are probably pretty happy that Vitality chose to double wrap short because, and I only caught it for a second, so I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that Moto smoke did the classic bug of like glitching into the ground and sunk through.
It loves that, doesn't it?
And so suddenly, you know, if there was like a little double long hole with Apex and you were able to employ some awful, horrible, grimy boost over the top, that could have gotten really weird. Thankfully, Vitality not ready, you know, not reading into the bugged world of Counter-Strike.
It does happen.
It doubled up on the short side.
On Moto as well. It feels like one of the places.
Yeah, Moto is a very broken spot.
It's those little rocky cobblestones. You never know, but it's fine. Doesn't mean anything. Double app setup, and NiP might meet you there. Plopski patrolling alt mid, res again, left to his lonesome in banana. Not an easy position to be playing off of yourself and not having anyone to flash you back into angles.
These double app setups, they always make me scared, right? Because if ZywOo misses, suddenly Kyojin had to hold the line, and he's done actually a bang-up job of that, getting a double, going above and beyond. So often that goes wrong, and that player's just fed to the wolves, but instead, it's Vitality locking in an 8th round. It's smooth, it's nice. ZywOo might have missed, but Kyojin's there to pick up the pieces, baby, and that's what you want out of him.
Yeah, ZywOo just left him on his own there. It was like, yeah, all right, you might die, but that's not really my problem, is it? And
some of you may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yes, indeed. Well, Farquaad himself. But nice double from both the aforementioned players, and Vitality keep it clean yet again. Apex animated as always. And it's always a joy to watch. NiP put everything into this one. Mac-10, Deagle, and 3 AKs at least. And Vitality still not shying away. They're loving to get involved in this early round. That's a tag.
That's a tag.
Device as well.
Bloody hell. All right, we're getting that end of year ZywOo coming through. It's always good when he appears. He's like, you know, Krampus. Is that the bad Santa? I think that is. Yeah.
What? The Grinch?
No, dude. Yeah, you know,
Krampus.
he's like Devil Santa, basically.
Okay. He's the guy who fills your stockings full of coal.
I think he's more murderous, actually, if I remember right. But here's ZywOo over in middle. He's pretty murderous as well, as it turns out, isn't he? Here it goes. Ooh. It's only a tag, a rare act of mercy, and the Mac-10 will churn him up. Now, oftentimes, when ZywOo has fallen, this A bomb site has kind of been, you know, thrown up in the air, and this round is no different. NiP, they get past that big name. They break their way through that iron wall in top mid that ZywOo is, and Vitality are left in another one of these 3-on-3 retakes. Once again, much like last time, it's Apex over at Moto, and it's a double short side retake. Now, Device gonna nail the opener. Masuta already dead. Last time, Vitality saved here. This time, they're looking to give it a go. And with that kill to Device, they've got themselves a fighting chance. In they come. Joxy spots him down in the pit, and S-Tag swept aside. Plopski nailed as well. And so Vitality will come through, guns blazing, in the retake to make it happen and find themselves a 9th.
Finally comes through, right? You know, we've seen a lot of those close retakes and ones that Vitality have already had to save on. Poor Rez, I really do feel for him right now. He saves Plopski's life coming up short side by getting that headshot to the pit player while Plopski's throwing nades. And then shocks on long yet again for like the third time this map. Just sprays the smoke, kills Rez, the one rifle coming up into the A site. And yeah, nice delay play from Shocks as well. Even though his teammate dies on the short corner to Device, he doesn't swing and try and trade. He waits a second, Device lets his guard down, and then he gets cleared. Again, down middle for ZywOo. He just doesn't care, and he saw the spam.
No.
He knows he's up there, but how is that a leg? It's only a tag for ZywOo. He still follows up, looking to finish the job.
Okay.
But it's all ZywOo today. Double kill before the flash finally pushes him off, and now wide in middle. He escapes, only temporarily. That was a wild round from ZywOo.
It was, and I like it. I like that. You know, they've nerfed him by going, when he buys an AWP, it's actually just a scout. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, dude. That was dead.
I don't know how that one was a tag, right? There are some of them where I'm like, yeah, maybe that should have been a kill, but...
He finished it. Just took 2 shots.
Anyway, look, there's still so much damage done to NiP. It's like one of these rounds, you've got the 3-on-3, but you need an opener. You need something to hold on to here. Shocks, they're not ready for him. It's a little bit ugly. And so Device at 9 points of health, mate, you know, as good as this guy is, as legendary a player he is, 9 points of health, mate. There's no change in that. The bomb dropped down bottom banana, and he's got a big 1v2 to try and navigate. He does at least have a 1v1 at both bomb sites right now, right? That's something to go off of. But even then, you're still clutching at straws of your Device. Let's see what he can do. 35 seconds. He's got time on his side, but that is really it.
He could scavenge ZywOo's AWP. Is it still hanging around on this body, or has it been cycled out? It looks like it has. Maybe on the roof. Not in the mind of Device. He just needs to find this entry, this one shot. Contact made, 20 seconds, and Kyojin just cleans it up. No worries, peeking out wide and finishes what Apex started. This is a beautiful CT side out of Vitality. Full faith in both their players to anchor their bomb sites, and why wouldn't you have that? B has just been a real problem for NiP, right? They got a lot of banana control in the first 3 or 4 rounds of this map, and ever since, it's just been that back and forth of retaking banana right as NiP get comfortable. They feel like they've cleaned card, they get an entry, and then Shoxy or Masuta pushes right back down to sandbags and keeps causing problems. ZywOo having a giggle after that round, you can't blame him. Just throwing anything right down middle. And now NiP, they just need anything, right? We talked about this earlier in the half, like we weren't worried at 7-1, it's a war of attrition, you're trying to break down that CT money, get rid of the orbs, get rid of the util, and NiP have been unable to do any of that in this T side. 2 kills for Esatag, 3 for Hampus. It's do or die now for NiP if they don't want to get shredded in their map pick in the series.
Yeah, I'm kind of, you know, I mean, Vitality look like they've come into this so prepared as well, man. Like, you know, we touched upon like some of these gimmicky smokes that we've seen out of them early on, but you know, that's been a real treat. And, you know, gimmicks work to get you rounds here and there. And now it's helped this 10-2 scoreline amass. It's at a point, really, where Vitality must be feeling so confident. And so, like, you know, this match is, this map is already feeling locked in. That NiP are really up against it, both in terms of the mental and just the reality of this situation. You know, you've got to dig deep to grind out this series now, and ZywOo might get punished, although it's a big might, and ZywOo's mightier. He's on for 3, the nade does get rid of him, but still, it's a round for Vitality.
He just doesn't care. He has no fear. He has no reason to stop re-peaking. NiP aren't punishing him.
Look at that smile,
There's
man.
no way he should be getting away with 3 there. But ZywOo, it's just the effect, man.
Dude, whenever I watch the footage of ZywOo at the, it was the Face It Made, you know, where he played in the show match, and he's like this really, he was just so shy and like so, he was a real cutie, you know? Like they're trying to talk to him and he's saying, no, like he just doesn't want to do it.
I don't know.
And now like you look at the guy he's turned into since then, where back, you know, back then it was just potential, he was just someone that's on the radar. And I mean, now look at him.
All right, NiP, gun round now. Through the smoke, and this is the play you're going for. 11-2 down. You've never won these banana fights. Flash was primed and ready. It never went out. Hampus just walks to his death. Another opening fight won by Vitality and another nade to follow. in their footsteps. NiP get put down to 50 on 2 counts. ZywOo, Molly, Flash, you name it, they got it. And Kyojin entry upon. ZywOo misses a shot and now has to finally give it up. Back to the bomb site with him. Vitality re-aggress for Banana and Masuta. Again, not punished. Why stop doing it?
Wow.
He gets 2. He doesn't see the regroup. NiP are just getting back in position. He's caught hitting the wall up in the air. That might give NiP a breath of life in this round as they have a 2-on-1 in the B bomb site now.
Yeah, Apex does have this incendiary. That could buy you a few more seconds, but it's not long enough to get rotations in, right? So instead, he plays it different. He goes, look, I'm not going to try and slow it down. In fact, I'm not even going to let them know I'm here. This flash is when Apex is hoping to peek, and, well, it's ZywOo to actually steal that one away. Don't really know how. Smoke's down, but... Plopski, 1-on-3, knows about Apex at the very, very least, knows about the AWP back in CT. Shocks is a bit of a mystery. You don't know where that third player is. With this swing, he's dealt with Apex. 20 seconds left here.
2 bullets.
2 bullets, 2 players to go up against, and he's going to have to scavenge that AK from the ground. But here's that banana flank man, Shocks. You never knew where he was, and once again, it's ZywOo to actually beat him to the punch, and there it is. Vitality up on a 12.
Daylight robbery from ZywOo, man. He wants everything.
Bro,
he wants all the kills. He wants all the glory.
with the flash,
Yeah,
and then through the smoke.
Yeah, like, fair enough. That's one way to do it. Thanks for trying, Apex, but you got to be quicker if you want to beat ZywOo.
Look at this. There's the flash. That was meant to get Apex the kill, and ZywOo's like, nope, just kidding.
Still a good stall for Apex, right? Like after they finally lose Masuta at Banana, he gets a lot of impact again, just peeking wide down with no flash. And Apex, yeah, he could have fought, but in losing the site, it would have given a quick bomb plant. And look at what buying those few seconds does, right? Just staying alive. I mean, the second that last player gets off the plant, Vitality have 2 players there ready to swing him. So enough time is bought to keep this one clean, 12-2. And why stop now? Another limited buy for NiP, no AWP. They've rarely had it in this T side. Util's already starting to miss. ZywOo getting boosted. There's no gap there, there's nothing to be seen. And spam comes through, NiP are given brackets control for now. That bomb is still back in T-spawn and Rez is still wandering around Banana.
See, Masuta has been really good at Banana, like obscenely good at Banana, and it makes me a little bit nervous seeing that bomb all the way back in T-spawn. Luckily enough, they've gone back and got it. Rez never fights Masuta here. And so for the time being, they've dodged the danger that Masuta represented.
Flash is ready.
But yeah, here's that flashbang going over. Timing on it is perfect,
yeah.
However, Rez was playing anti-flash.
Team kill.
Yeah, he only killed twice amongst the whole thing. But it's fine. It's fine. That's what you tell yourself at least. It's a 4-on-4 and we're 2-12 down and we just TK'd. It's fine. Here's the group up for the A play. Vitality are calling for rotations back around. Shocks over in library. ZywOo still in CT. He's going to be here fairly quickly. Shocks wants to get this info and then just stay alive. He's playing this cubby again. He's committed to this fight, and Hampus, I might make him a little bit scared of commitment. Kyojin's got to do it again from the back of the site. He's dropped the bomb, he's on for a double, and he's once more given Vitality a fighting chance at a retake in an even odds bout.
Yeah, you can't ask for more, right? Kyojin and Masuta have both been great at double kills when they're left on their own. S-Tag are down in the pit with Rez as well, 2 of the bottom performers in the numbers, at least for NiP right now. But if there were any moment to step up to try and grab a 3rd round at the end of the half, ZywOo flashing Apex up short side, and it's blind. Rez is gone, S-Tag with the taps, he's found both! Clinical headshots for S-Tag, and a necessary round for NiP if they want to hold on. But can they, is the question, as we swap sides in that second half of Inferno.
Do you think you know everything about CSGO? Then stay alert and look out for the DHL drop quiz on the ESL CSGO Twitch channel.
Well, Vitality, they come in swinging to open up this best-of-3 series. Now, NiP, we know they're no strangers to a bit of a struggle with their T-sides, right? But still, it's a pretty monumental task now to try and turn this all around moving into this second half of play. They've managed to get, what, 3 rounds to their name? Ooh, they're not in a good spot, Hugo. And to say that, you know, the pistol round is going to be a bit of a necessity, it almost feels patronizing at this point in time.
But you did it anyway.
And I did it anyway.
Oh, dear.
So how was it getting patronized?
They're going to get aggressive, man. They're going to try and push the boundary right down middle. It's only Device keeping the attention. No idea that there are 3 players right down the bottom of mid. And now the info comes in. Masuta and ZywOo combine. ZywOo again robbing frags, but they're fired right back by NiP as they're on a 4-on-2, and they're looking to keep it clean as well. Why stop now? Plopski alone at B. He knows Shox is coming. The call has been made. The steps have been heard. And Plopski has put him in the grave. 4 rounds for NiP, and it's the start of what could be something.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's something to build upon, right? And this NiP squad, man, they've been no strangers to being, you know, and this is what I was alluding to coming into this. Like, they've been no strangers to being let down with their T-halves and having to embark on big CT comebacks. So, you know, within that vein, it's kind of somewhat feeling maybe par for the course. Maybe it's what you're used to. In the same way that a team like VP, prolifically, were always ones who would, you know, be able to claw any game back and make it some big overtime affair like it's a war of attrition. So it's not like this is uncharted waters for NiP. Just because you've been there before doesn't make it any less dangerous. Or now just pistols for Vitality. They're giving a decent bit of respect, though, right? Not forcing, not throwing caution to the wind. And so this should be a NiP round. That's what you're telling yourself.
Yeah, it's tight committed deep B as well. So Plopski's going to be drawing them in. Vitality begging NiP to get too aggressive to make a mistake, but other than poking their heads around corners, NiP won't be committing anyone. Oh, I lied. Hampus flash peek into middle, and ZywOo's Deeg does what it does best. Gun is secured.
Taking bets now. Who wins? 5 guns or ZywOo's 1 Deagle?
Surely 5 guns, Harry.
Surely, right? That's what you're telling yourself. Surely there's no way ZywOo could get anything here, right? Oh, he can't. See? Told you. Surely. Shox all alone, 1-on-4. Once again, throwing into another one of these clashes with the P250, and it's probably going to end the same way it did in the pistol. I'd never lie to you.
Yeah, no ifs, no buts. Just a 5th round for NiP, and now the guns come out for Vitality. You know, you say giving respect over by going for that eco. I think that's more just having faith in your gun rounds. You know you can mess around with some forces and try and start that war, or you can just wait one little round with a lot of breathing room and come in and close the game. That's at least the hope for Vitality in this follow-up. And you know that NiP are going to be bringing in MP9s as well, so a little bonus round is still in their hand. Device's AWP comes through, though. That's good to see as early as it can. And
hello
B utility of grenades up to the top of B. NiP aren't going to be letting you in their bomb site anytime soon, but Device peeking down mid, and he saw Shoxy. He had an inkling. Grabs that opening kill, and that's what we needed out of this AWP. It's a very big investment. Can't afford to be quiet if this comeback was ever going to happen. Flash is going to impart some fear on you. Have NiP retaken Banana. Vitality now have to clear their corners. They have to be methodical. Want to get that util in. Oh, you've got it. Vitality have no flashes. They're just running in off of 1.
Yeah, they've netted the opener. All that util for S-Tag hasn't done too much to soften them up. Plopski, back at the site here. Ooh. Flash is raining over from Device. But he's dead after 1. And now we get into this little post-plant scenario. It's a 3-on-3. Bomb now going down.
This nade won't stop plant. It's coming in behind Fountain.
And so... Oh!
They changed it.
Yeah, they changed their mind. ZywOo, 2-on-2, and Apex still holding on to the coffins. He wins that fight, and suddenly this is flipped on its head. Device trying to rise up against Vitality, but he can't deal with a man at the helm of the squad. Apex closes it out with 2, and the rifles, you know, they're donned by Vitality. They come in swinging. They find that round, and you know, with it for NiP. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but this is now leaving you in pretty dire straits.
Yeah.
There should be a vitality map on the back of that.
Surely. Nice ears for Device, right? Like, you know, obviously stopping the bomb plant there would be massive. It throws you into limbo. It means the pressure's not on, you know, NiP to be running back in. They can just delay. They know they can catch vitality with a man with a bomb in his hand. But yeah, the plant doesn't come through confidence. It comes through fountain. Device does react, but it's a post-plant kill. And it changes nothing with Apex on that site. So Vitality, a quick 16th in their sight lines right now. Only 3 away. And what have we got to stop it? 3 M4s, 2 Deagles, far from a pretty investment for NiP. It's all they could muster. ZywOo's having such a game. He's like, yeah, Shox, you can AWP. I just want to run. I just want a gun.
And, you know, who can blame him at 23 and 8? I mean, he was 20 and 5, so you know, if KD's only getting worse, I guess that's a...
Yeah, come on, get it together. Fix it.
NiP. Right, so you got these 3 M4s. And you're hoping the Deagles, on the back of a bit of aggression, could have found something. Now, lucky you didn't go any further than that with Apex here. That was certain death. There's this little triple B lean. You know, at this point, NiP, they've got to take gambles. The decision they've taken is, you know, 2 Deagles, you guys go play the A bomb set, right? If they go A, just see what you can do. And maybe we'll rotate a little frivolously. Who knows, based on your successes. If they come B, well, they're running into the 3 M4s. If A's lost right away, the 3 M4s save. If they do come to you, though, you've got a very good chance of making something happen in this round. So it's a neat little gamble to have taken. Apex spots one of these guns, but at that point, that's not alarm bells ringing yet for Vitality, right? One player with a gun, that's nothing to write home about. That's pretty normal. You're not concerned yet, but it's if you try to go in, if you commit to this, you're going to end up in the belly of the beast.
Yeah, dissolved by the stomach acid. Orb thrown to Apex, he's low. Kyojin's holding for the rotates out of A. There's not going to be any aggression right now out of NiP. They're just holding strong. Back quad molly coming in for ZywOo. They're in no hurry. Still 30 seconds. You got to go eventually. These smokes are being lined up. They're doubling back to check no one's push. But at this point, it's got to be an A play. Full BX set coming in the meantime. A little fakey play out of Vitality. And now it is up to those 2 Deagles. They've got to do everything. Hampus has figured out the hard way. And he can't get the kill. Finally converts onto ZywOo. Masuta trades. One man in the middle of the bomb site with it all to do. And it is Device. Deag for 1, but Kyojin trades. And that might just be the end of the round. The only thing tempting you back in is the 3-on-3. And NiP are running for it.
Yeah, and you know, it is your 3 rifles still left standing. You're really hoping that they've got it in them, that you've got what it takes to somehow steal this one away. The Deagles, they've lived up to their side of the bargain, but the M4s, they've not done so well. Already losing S-Tag, Rez and Plopski. They need to go above and beyond with Plopski put out of the round and Rez only good for 1. It's Vitality stealing that one away up to 14. And, you know, with the money broken for the NiP squad, I think this is where we start to look at Vitality just running away with this map and going 1-0 up in the series. They're very, very confident right now. They're looking on point. The decision there to throw that full B execute and then go back into the A play, it's partly enabled because Kyojin's been holding on to that mid control, right? You know no one's deep down, you know, towards Banana, down towards T-Ramp, over in the, you know, like little tunnel, right? No one's gonna shoot you on these rotations. However, you still had to clear a lot of ground, right? As you got to the A bomb site, it's a ballsy call to have made, but they reaped the reward of it.
Yeah, it's possible they even built up an idea of the weaponry as well. They saw 2 M4s on B, they saw a Deagle on A. It could have been called by Vitality. Now, gun's been grabbed, and Vitality go, have it. We want the round, we want the map, we want the A bomb site as they run up the long side. Smoke on Arch, there's still library to worry about. Hampus gets flashed in, but as that smoke lands, his vision is gone. Got to get the reload in. Smoke does hit an opponent, but it won't stop them on their trajectory towards this A site. Just Device again. Shots can't connect. They're going through, and Apex is here to maul them. 2 kills before the trade. More guns to be given, but the bomb's planted. Vitality need to get Device out of the pit where he stands, but it's only 1 before the trade comes in. Device throws himself into the round. Kyojin cut off by the smoke. It shocks his orb. It needs to stand tall, and it can't. Kyojin can't close either, and NiP do get that retake going. They've been very quick quick on the rotations, but it makes sense with how clear Vitality's commits have been. You lose Banana in that fashion. The best call is to just speed up into the A site after spotting a really heavy B play. And so NiP, they hold on by the skin of their teeth, but it's still such a comeback carry.
Yeah, and you know, man, on top of that, it's like, when you kind of look at this, you know, like pound for pound, the Vitality individuals are really looking solid right now. You know, like CT Hafia Masuta just holding that banana control time and time again, looking impeccable. ZywOo with this great start. Everyone's had their moments. You know, Kyojin with the A anchors has looked really, really good. So it makes me a little bit nervous because while we do have like Plopski and Device giving us a good game, I think we need to have that kind of third man, that trifecta start to shine through for NiP. Usually I look towards someone like a Rez, but he's had a bit of a rough time here.
Yeah, T-Side was just one-on-ones up B. And I mean, you know, he got a couple in the last round, grabbed that gun from B and got the retake going. Maybe that could invigorate him. Ooh. The second half. Device very close and wallbanged by ZywOo through the wood. Shox looks to follow up, he can't. ZywOo, his turn again. Does connect the head. 2-on-3. Oh. It shouldn't be around, but you can never count this Deeg out. Masuta's on long, and he's won another 1v1. Now he can start to wrap the B bomb site. As long as ZywOo doesn't lose the package, he's got Masuta on a timing to backstab S-Tag. This leaves Hampus with nothing to do, so he aggresses towards mid.
Oh, it's so weird. The timing's so odd, right? ZywOo is
sandwiched.
ZywOo's kind of aware of this idea that someone could be creeping down middle. He's waiting around right now to see if he gets re-aggroed onto, but as you say, he's somewhat sandwiched in. ZywOo, oh no, he's seen the barrel. Hampus needs this kill. That's the bomb. This could be it, but ZywOo's nailed him with the deagle, and now it's just S-Tag. They know that he was over towards B, so the A bomb site's open back up, and Vitality with just deagles, just two of them. They might be able to make a round happen after all. S-Tag, by the way, while this has been happening, they lost CT. He's got to clear everything on this retake. Oh, Vitality, they might be on to 15 in one hell of a way. S-Tag creeping through the library. It's been some real brilliance out of Vitality to make this one happen, and S-Tag can't live up to it. So ZywOo with 4 and Masuta with one of his own has found 15 for Vitality.
Absolutely filth for Vitality. You know, this final kill for ZywOo as well, when Hampus is flanking, that's the one that should just never come through. Not just the entry onto Device.
It's insane.
No armor, 30 health, 1 bullet will do it, Harry.
That's what makes ZywOo so good, though, because, like, imagine the pressure on Hampus there. Like, he knows that kill just decides the round, and it's like ZywOo's already picking up all this steam. You know, he's like a snowball rolling down a hill. He's picking up mass. He's picking up momentum. It's getting scary. And Hampus is there, probably in his head a bit like, if I get this, I win the round. But hands are trembling. You know, everyone's watching on. You're in a 2-on-2. That's the kill that decides the outcome. And instead, it ends up being a highlight moment for ZywOo, for Vitality, and it finds the map point on NiP's map pick.
Yeah, if you weren't already feeling roasted, that's the map right there. You know, it's been put in the oven, it's been cranked up to 200 degrees, and Vitality on a eco round with no armor, with just Eagles, somehow pull the wool over NiP's eyes, and now it's the vice versa. Now it's a broken bye for the Swedes and the Danes. Campus right down middle, just trying to get anything. Vitality won't give him the satisfaction. Oh, unscoped timing there as well. Cannot catch a break, can they? And what a time to just pop into B in the first 20 seconds of the round. Plopski's wiggling. ZywOo's trying to tap him out. S-Tag on the boost as well, and with the smokes coming down, you've got more than enough cover. Vitality just got to run wild. They don't care about the CT smoke. They just want the round, they want the map, and they want NiP's pick in this series. It shouldn't be too difficult now. 5-on-3, and ZywOo's
look at him.
Can he find 30 at the end of things? Not quite, and so his team will close it out instead.
Yeah, there's really not much going for NiP here. Vitality are hunting down the 2 remaining players, and they're looking to get it locked in. They're looking to win it decisively. and they're looking to really just show how confident and how disrespectful they're able to be throughout this entire affair. Only Hampus left, and all that's left to do is the honourable thing. There's the swing, takes the head off of Masuta, but that should be journey's end for Hampus. That should be it stolen away. And so 16 on the board. Vitality lock in NiP's map pick, and now go 1-0 up in this series with the likes of ZywOo, Masuta looking this damn good. Oh, where does the limit lie for Vitality?